exciting new games and a fit and fresh bunch of contenders, we think we're even bigger and better this year.
Yes, tonight, 4 contenders battle it out with our gladiators over 5 grueling events and then meet head-to-head for the grand final on the Eliminator.
And there's another final, of course, where we're giving away £5,000 each to our champions. Absolutely. And we're throwing in a little extra as well. We're throwing in to each of our champions. They'll be driving away with one of these 4-wheel drive off-the-road vehicles.
So let's meet our 4 lucky contenders. Ladies first. They are...
Clancy Connor.
And Jo Banton.
Clancy, tell us where you're from.
Well, at the moment I'm living in Crewe in Cheshire.
Right, now, tell us what you do, because I understand you divide your year into 2.
That's right. The winter months are spent either in Europe or in the US as an alpine ski racer. And summer months I work for the Ministry of Agriculture to support my winters.
So tell me, what standard have you reached in your skiing?
I'm 3rd female downhiller in Great Britain.
Wow. So we're already dealing with a champion, and you heard me mention the prize money there. I bet that would come in handy for your skiing.
I'll say. Go straight towards next year's training and racing costs. It'd be fantastic.
And you're looking forward to tonight?
Certainly, yeah. Very nerve-wracking. Can't relate it to any other sport I've done, but it's going to be fun.
That's what we like to hear. Let's hear it for Clancy Connor.
Now, Jo, you're a gym instructor. Where are you based?
The Fringe Hotel and Leisure Complex at Mansfield. There's 1 or 2...
Brought plenty of supporters with you?
Plenty, yes. There's about 400 of them, I think.
Are they the reason why you're here?
My friend Deb Tranter, she's the main reason I'm here. She pushed me and encouraged me to do well, so here I am.
And have you been training hard?
Yeah, I've done a lot of training and just done a lot of extra strength training for this day, so hopefully that'll help me.
Well, we wish you all the best. Off you go, Jo. Go get yourself ready.
So we've met the girls, let's meet the guys. Tonight they are Ric Brown
and Sam Codjoe.
Bit of support there for you, Rick. Where are you from and what do you do?
I'm from Perth in Scotland, of course. I'm a lifeguard, part-time lifeguard, and I'm a student at the moment.
Student of what?
I'm doing an HND in leisure management.
Oh, exciting. Now tell us so you're a sporty type of a guy. What sort of things do you enjoy doing?
Taekwondo, mostly at the moment. It's sort of similar to karate. Also do quite a lot of weight training, and of course I love swimming, being a lifeguard.
Naturally. Touch of Baywatch, is there?
Oh yes, definitely. In fact, that's my next step after Gladiators, onto Baywatch.
See, not very confident, are you? So what made you want to come on Gladiators?
Well, I was encouraged at first. My flatmate, he's a bit of a bodybuilder. He was like, we could do this, no problem. So there he is over there. He sent off for 2 application forms, but when we got it, he just seemed to, no, I don't want to do that. Didn't want to do the run. He wasn't fit enough, so I had to go it myself.
Well, you're here. It's great to see you. We look forward to seeing you in action a little bit later on. Ric Brown!
OK, Sam, tell us a bit about yourself. What do you do?
I'm a recreation officer, John, down at Linford Christie Stadium.
Is that the famous Linford Christie?
That is the famous Linford Christie Stadium. It's down in West London, White City.
Well, plenty of supporters. Tell us, what's it like working with the famous Linford Christie?
It's not too bad, John. He comes in and out, but I like to tell everybody now, I'm actually better than Linford Christie. And that gold medal that he got in '92, that should have been mine, actually. So I'm going to prove that tonight by winning, all right?
Well, I'm sure you'll have plenty of support. Off you go, Sam. Get yourself ready.
Well, I think it's about time. Our girls should be ready for our very first event, which is Powerball.
Clancy has chosen the red balls and Jo the blue balls. And the 5 baskets are going to be guarded by Jet, Falcon and Panther! John Anderson.
Hit them.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! Three, two, one.
Let's play ball. Oh, Panthers straight on Jo, bringing it down. Oh, Clancy moving so fast she forgets the ball. Up against Panther. Power shoot, no! Good takedown by the Wildcat. Falcon brings down Jo. What is Clancy doing? Dropped another ball. Falcon and Jet double teaming Clancy. Panther brings down Jo. Good game from Panther so far. In fact, all the Gladiators having a good one. Oh, isn't that always the way? Clancy powering past Panther for a two-pointer. Clancy again, Falcon taking her down, not needing Jet's help there. Jo stretches out, rings the rim, and drops in 2-all. Oh, great tackle from Panther, strips Clancy's feet away there. Taking the wind out of her sails. It's all over. The Gladiators certainly improved their game this week, keeping the contenders to a low score. And if we look at that replay, Panther takes down Clancy. That ball almost dropped in.
Well, Clancy, was it what you expected?
We knew this was going to be a tough one. It's explosive and it's hard going. The girls are big, strong. You just got to go for it back. It's tough.
Did you have anything in your mind? Any plans at all?
Just run at them. You waste a lot of energy dodging.
Well, well done, Clancy. You got 2 points. Jo, I know you weren't looking forward to this game. This is a rough and tumble one.
Well, being a bit of a lightweight, I thought it hurt a lot more when I fell, but it was okay. Didn't feel a thing.
Are you pleased it's over?
Quite pleased, yeah. I wouldn't mind doing it again, though. Quite enjoyed it, actually, in the end.
Well, I think all your supporters are pleased you're still in one piece. Well done, Jo. You scored 2 points.
And looking at Jo's replay, she stretches out, and luckily enough, the ball bounces in.
Gladiators, that's a job well done. Congratulations.
We had a good tactic, picked up from the boys, of course, and it worked.
I mean, what is your tactic? How do you do it?
Just go in low, hit them hard, and let them feel it. But unfortunately tonight, I felt it from Clancy. She hit me with some power.
Falcon, any knocks, bruises?
I'm fine, John, actually. But, you know, not to say that they didn't come in hard. They were there. They were determined.
Good, because there's a long way to go. Let's hear it for our Gladiators!
Yes, they certainly did their job this evening, keeping both girls down to 2 points apiece after one event.
Time for the men's competition. Rick has got the red balls and Sam has gone for the blue. And guarding those baskets is Cobra, Saracen and Shadow! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Rick and Sam giving away a lot of poundage. Doesn't stop Rick from scoring, though. Oh, Saracen takes him out. Cobra on Sam. Takes him down and out of it. Oh, great flying tackle there from Shadow. Saracen takes down Rick. Shadow takes down Sam. Gotta put that helmet on. Oh, Rick slips the Cobra, but can't avoid the Shadow. Cobra high on Sam there. Helmet goes flying again. The referee has stopped the contest.
Sam, put your helmet on, please.
Making sure the safety equipment is worn. Derek Redmond, our timekeeper, making sure it's secure. Let's take a look at that tackle again. It's actually Cobra's head that gets him.
It is important, especially in a game of physical contact, that the correct safety gear is worn. We do not want accidents, and we do not want anyone to leave the game damaged. That's the reason we stopped the game. There are still 22 seconds of the game remaining.
words from John Anderson. Both guys set off together and both receiving a similar fate. Cobra pushing his head down there. What does he think this is, rugby? Oh, Sam upended. And Ric jumps over the top for 2 points. He'll be pleased with that. Oh, Sam screened by Ric there for an easy 2-pointer. Ric drew the Gladiator away. What a tough game. In the replay, we can see Sam upended. Well, Ric has to leap over him to dunk that donut before Shadow attacks.
Ric, how hard was that? Because you're not the biggest of big guys.
That's very difficult. They've got about 10 stone on me, but not quite as fast. I'm very pleased with that result. Didn't do too well in training. That's much better. Much better.
Well done, Ric. Sam, you said you had a little plan for this game. What happened?
The plan was to get past Shadow in one, but guy's a bit faster than usual, Mum. I just want to tell you I'm all right? Sweet. D, I'm all right, Brad, sweet.
Sam, a couple of times you were hit by both of them, Saracen and Shadow at the same time. What's it like? Pretty tough?
It is pretty tough, but I'll tell you what you got to do, just get up, and like John Anderson said, you need a safety. When you're playing any game, you need safety, so I'm glad he stopped me there, because they would have had my head off.
Well done, Sam. You got 2 points. Let's hear for our Gladiators! Shadow, Saracen, and Cobra!
So after a hard and fast powerball, Ric leads Sam 4 points to 2. Our second event is the wall.
And tonight, Clancy is going to be followed by Nightshade.
Nightshade, 6 foot and 11 stone.
Joe's going to be chased by Lightning.
Lightning, 5'6" and precisely 10 stone.
Over to John Anderson.
Clancy being well supported. There's a granddad, and what a view he's got of the action.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
The girls have been a lot stronger on the wall this season. Let's see how these two capitalise on their 10-second head start. Here comes trouble. Nightshade and Lightning have a good record on the wall. It must be said, not as good as Jets, but as we know, she's been beaten twice in the last couple of weeks. Clancy making hard work of her side of the wall. Nightshade bearing down on her. And Jo going to the centre of the wall, and more importantly, over the top. 10 points, thank you very much. Nightshade's caught Clancy and snatched the wall of the points from her grasp.
Congratulations, Jo. 10 points.
Brilliant. It's my favourite event, and I was against the fastest one, I think, from what I've heard, so I'm really, really pleased with that.
Does it worry you when you hear John Anderson blow the second whistle?
It does, to be honest, yeah. You can sense it, and you can hear them coming. You can see them out the corner of your eyes. It's really scary. Just makes you go faster.
Especially when it's Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning is. And that's name.
Well done, Jo. 10 points.
Well, Clancy, 3/4 of the way up, it was going really well.
She got me, good style. She was hanging on to me for about 5-6 seconds there, and I was only on my arms, and it's too strong, too heavy, got me.
You have got one great record, Nightshade.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm not that heavy, really. I've been on a diet for this show. I'm supposed to be lean, mean, and deadly, so...
She meant it in the nice way. She meant it in the nice way. Let's hear it for Nightshade and for Clancy.
Clancy's granddad will be disappointed with that, as after 2 events, Clancy stays on 2, Jo climbs to 12, across to the men's wall.
All I keep hearing is how fast this guy is. That's right. Well, we'll see. Yeah? We'll see. Yeah. One slip, and your butt's mine.
You're gonna see that, boy. That's what you're gonna be seeing.
We'll see.
So now we move into the men's event, and standing at the foot of the wall is Ric. He's going to be chased by one of our heaviest gladiators, Warrior! Sam, our man's going to be be followed by the big bad Wolfman.
It has to be said, Sam was the fastest contender up the wall, scaling it in just 23 seconds during training.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Both guys have the speed to beat the Gladiators, but on the day, it's all about keeping your head. Especially now these Gladiators are bearing down on them. And believe me, that Wolf wants a piece of Sam. And if you ask me, today's his unlucky day. Look at that man go. Sam's over. Oh no, Rick slipped. Sam picks up 10 points and defeats the Wolf.
Well, Sam, I'm not so sure whether Linford Christie could have got up that wall as quick as you did.
Tell me about it, John. What happened to the wolf? Was it a wolf down there or something? Did I see a wolf down there? Let's have a look, John. I'll tell you something. Pigs can't fly and wolves cannot climb walls. But Sam's the man that can.
Sam, tell us, what was he actually saying to you down there? Was he psyching you out? I can see him saying something. What was he saying?
He was trying a few of his words, you know, the old word, he's gonna make, you're not gonna make it, you'll be lucky, all this, ducky, but no way, mate. If anybody can, Sam can. Who's your man? Sam!
Congratulations, Sam. 10 points.
Rick, I cannot believe you just did that.
Can't believe it myself. It's just that top part there. I'm just a wee guy, I'm too short, can't reach. Had to jump for it.
Your girlfriend's face was a picture. I think she had her heart in her mouth.
I can believe it. She gets a bit carried away, but I think I did there as well. This big guy chasing me.
Certainly very big, and as I said, our heaviest gladiator.
Yes, thank you. It's a new game for me. And to be honest, I think I'd have caught you there if we would have kept going.
Bit dodgy, that one. Bit dodgy. Let's hear it for Warrior and for Rick.
Look at the difference in size. Makes you think he could have just reached up and pulled him down.
Wolf, all I can say is you're just getting badder and badder.
Watch it in slow motion. Watch the video. If I hadn't slipped, I'd have got him. He was mine. And the crowd know it, right?
Certainly was with that climb. After 2 events, Rick's on 4, Sam's on 12. Well, if he can't pull the contender off the wall, he'll pull the banner off the stand. Still, it's all good fun. And Sam's mum knows it.
So with 2 games out of the way, we still have Gauntlet, Hang Tough and Duel to come. So join us after the break here on The Gladiators!
Game 3, the Gauntlet. Clancy's up the other end and she's going to be facing 5 gladiators. They are Nightshade, Scorpio, Zodiac, Panther, and Lightning!
Clancy's our downhill ski champion. We asked her if this would assist her in any of the events.
All my weight is in my backside and my thighs, you know, I'm heavy down there, and that's where my power is. So I struggled through the trial. I did find it tough, especially the pull-ups and the pure upper body strength. Now I'm here, involved in the training games, I think that the biggest thing I've got going for me is that brute force and not fear of falling. There's a few new games where you're going to fall a long way. If you do fall, you're going to fall maybe 30 feet. And I'm used to falling and hitting crash barriers at maybe 70, 75 miles an hour on a pair of planks. So this is going to be okay. You know, it's not going to be as bad as that.
Contender, ready. Gladiator, ready. 3, 2, 1.
Clancy enters the Gauntlet. She'll pick up 10 points for getting through in under 20 seconds, 5 for doing it under 30, and this year she's facing 5 gladiators, doing well at the moment. Battles her way into Zodiac Zone. Now into Panther Zone. Gets through there, she's into Lightnings, and through. That's a 5-pointer.
Clancy, well done. That was 22 seconds. I bet you didn't think you were going to do that. You never thought you were going to get past 1 gladiator, let alone 5, eh?
I hit Nightshade and stopped dead. A couple of dead legs on the way through there. That was a real hard one. They're just like brick walls, those girls.
Well done, you're still alive. Let's hear it for Clancy! Next into the Gauntlet is Jo!
Jo at 9-4, a little light for this event.
Ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Bang, straight into Nightshade. Past her, Scorpio next. Through her. Zodiac pins her. Good job. Oh, and Jo's helmet's off. But the referee letting it go on. Nice to meet you, straight past the Panther. Oh! Takes a heavy shot from Lightning. The referee is letting it go on because Jo's knocked down. And we're just out of time there.
Jo took a knock there. Zodiac first, then Lightning. A couple of tough hitters.
That did not go to plan at all. I tried to go to one way, dodging round them, but...
So you actually had a plan?
I know it didn't look like it, but yes, I did have a plan, but it's like running into a brick wall, it really is.
Well, unlucky, I'm afraid you didn't get to the other end in the time. So, no marks for you. Unlucky Jo! And let's hear it for our gladiators!
Jo certainly was unlucky, just a footstep away from the points. Clancy closes the gap a little.
I'm standing all alone.
Hello, here they come. A wrecking crew. And who on earth in their right mind would want to take on these guys? Well, earlier we asked Rick why he wanted to come on the show.
Fame and fortune is what I'm seeking in Gladiators. I'm sure I'll be getting umpteen contracts for modelling after this, and I'll be rich after this, I'm sure.
Next up, the boys' event. And I don't fancy Rick's chances. He's going to be up against Trojan! Saracen! The Mighty Warrior! Hunter! And the Awesome Shadow! Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Well, Rick says he's looking for a career as a model. The Gladiators looking to remodel him. Slips past Trojan and Saracen. Straight into Warrior. And Warrior takes him out of the Gauntlet.
Gauntlet was a victory for the Gladiators. The contender was fairly eliminated from the Gauntlet.
Explain to us again what actually happened and why he's been eliminated.
Yes, the rules this year allow for the elimination of the contender if, as a result of his efforts and the contact with the gladiator, he goes out of the Gauntlet area. The only time that is different is if it is clear that the gladiator has effectively lifted the contender and put him outside.
Referee's word is final. Thank you, John. Well, Rick, what do you think? I don't know whether you wanted to do that again anyway, did you?
Oh yeah, I would have another go there. I thought I was pushed out. I was actually standing still when he hit me and hit me out of the arena. I think the crowd know. The crowd know. But you've got to go with what John says. He says, I'm out. But the crowd's with me.
Sorry to hear that, Rick. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Well, the important word from John Anderson there was lifted. The Gladiators are allowed to push the contenders out, and Ric was clearly pushed out there, and he certainly wasn't standing still when he went. I think that was a good call from the ref.
Next to face the Gauntlet, a very brave man, is Sam.
Sam at 5'8" is either going to buzz past them or get stung himself.
Ready!
Past Trojan. And Saracen, how's he going to fare against the Warrior? Oh, he's pushing him back. He's got to release him. And it's straight into Hunter. Doing a good job, but he's not allowed to put his body weight on Sam. And he's using those blocking pads to do just that. Oh, look at Shadow. Launches himself at Sam. Gets back into his own zone, pins him down, and time has run out. Sam won't forget that event in a hurry. A lot of effort, a lot of pain, and no points.
Well, Sam, unfortunately you failed to score. You didn't get in time. But what a performance. If anyone can do it, Sam can.
John, that was hard. I'll tell you what, I'd prefer if, like, Brian, the lighting man, would have turned off the light, I drove the Jeep, and then we would have got some action.
Sam, do you think anybody is going to get past 5 Gladiators?
Only with a forklift truck, John.
OK, let's hear it for Sam. And let's hear it for our Gladiators. Undefeated.
Looking nothing like the 7 dwarves, but going home after a good day's work. Neither contender picking up any points after 3 events. Scores remain the same. Event 4, hang tough.
And first up is Clancy, and tonight she faces Jet. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready!
Not really Clancy's event, as she said earlier. All her power in her lower body, and this is all about upper body strength. Jet closing the area down and moving in. You get the feeling that Jet is locking her radar onto the target and homing in. Oh, and the body scissors are on. Now we'll see how strong Clancy is. Not strong enough. Another one bites the dust. Next up, Jo.
Well, some of the events, hang tough, especially. I was struggling to manoeuvre on my own when I was on my own on it. So when there's a gladiator come in who's really skillful and can swing like Tarzan towards me, I think I'm going... Ah.
Next up against Jet, it's Jo! Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
As I'll ever be.
3, 2, 1.
Well, Jet looking nothing like Tarzan, although I bet she looks great in a loincloth. Jo very tentative in her movement. Yet Jet graceful in her swing, coming from that gymnastic background. And you can see it in Jo's face. She's ducking and diving up there. She'll be pleased to get hold of a red ring and just hang in there. This will be the one. Oh, no! Jet's in a flat spin, and Jo's well pleased. Needs to get her momentum back now. She does. And comes in for the kill. Gets the body scissors on. Good night, Vienna. Well, in the replay, we can see that flat spin that Jet got into. If it had been anybody else, you wouldn't have fancied their chances. Jet undefeated in those 2 outings. Neither girl's moving their score along.
Now we move into the men's event. And first up, it's Rick. He's going to be swinging it out against the Wolfman. Over to Jo Banton.
Contender
gladiator at 42 is actually twice Rick's age. And Rick, remember, wants to be a model. So this is really a gladiator version of Beauty and the Beast. And Rick's going past, feet high from Wolf. There's feet and legs everywhere. And John Anderson will stop this if there's any kicking. Trying to get the body scissors on him. Remember, last time the referee told Wolf it was the contender that had to come down, not the contender's shorts. Well, Rick's got a red, he's in the scoring zone, and that clock is ticking away. I'll tell you what, there's more legs in there than a Tiller Girl lineup. Oh, Wolf slips the rings, puts his full weight on Rick and drags him to the mat. Brave move from Wolf.
Rick, you must have missed that by literally 1 second.
Second too much. Should have hung on in there.
With Wolf's weight on top of it, you're incredibly strong.
Not strong enough, I should have hung on. Didn't do well.
You did do very well, but I'm afraid no points on this occasion. Let's hear it for Rick!
The boy done good. In the replay, we can see Wolf bailing out and taking Rick with him. No parachutes in this event.
Next up against the Wolfman, it's the man that can, Sam! Over to Jo Banton.
Contender!
Will be wanting to make up for that humiliating defeat on the wall when Sam left him standing. And not putting any bets on the man who can in this event. Wolf straight to him, grabs a hold, it's a spin, they're spinning faster than Torval and Dean in a night show. And Wolf getting lower and lower. I thought he would, holding on by the shorts. He's been told about this. The Wolf is down and so are Sam's shorts. And Sam's spinning like a top and still not in the scoring zone. And is he too dizzy to get his impetus back? He's got to get into the scoring zone. I can't believe it. He's done all the hard work, lost that Wolf, lost his shorts, but he's still out of the points. Unless he can... Yes! He's got it! 5 points now. Can he pick up 10 for getting to the platform? Oh, just out of time. That is unlucky.
Don't you beat the Wolfman?
And that spin was incredible. And so was Sam's grip. Wolf ripped down Sam's banner and did the same thing with his shorts. What a rip-off. After 4 events, Sam leads Rick 17-4.
Event 5, the Duel. Clancy's on her platform, and she's going to be doing battle against a Panther!
And Panther giving away an inch and 9 pounds against Clancy.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! On top!
Clancy dodges Panther's first blow. And really trying to get some weight behind her own blows. Oh, what a sucker punch. Panther taking some serious headshots. Oh, they'll have to use a crowbar to prise that helmet off. It fits now, if it didn't before. And Panther standing there waiting for the blows to come, and they do. Not one of her better performances, more pussycat than Panther. And I regret saying that already. In the replay, we can see that with nothing coming back, Clancy's confidence just grows and grows. And Panther, with that helmet over her eyes, can't see a thing. She can certainly feel it, though.
And next up against Panther is Jo! Over to John Anderson.
Tender ready!
With an inch height advantage over Panther, but a stone lighter. But it doesn't seem to be a handicap for her at the moment, except there's no clean blows. Everything parried on the pugil sticks. How often we see this stick against stick. Well, Panther must surely try something else. Oh, she goes low. But it's all over. Too late. Jo picks up the same points as Clancy, but I have to say Clancy deserved them more. And Panther shrugging her shoulders there as if to say, well, what can you say? The minute that she stops, gives her the opportunity, no aggressive moves. She just wanted to defend.
Panther, not the most entertaining fight there.
No. She was blocking so much, it was difficult to try and get that move, to get that big hit in that you need. When they're defending, it's really difficult, John.
I mean, is there anything you can do when somebody comes out just to defend?
It's very, very difficult. What you want is them to be ducking and diving and bobbing and weaving, just like you're doing, so you can get that extra hit in. Didn't happen tonight. Next time.
Well, never mind. Thanks very much. Let's hear it for Panther!
With both girls picking up 5, Clancy's on 12, Jo's on 17.
Ric's on his platform, and he's facing the man who always gets his prey, the Hunter! Over to John Anderson.
Hunter, 6'3" and 17.5 stone. Ric giving away 7 inches in height and over 7 stone in weight. And Hunter throwing the lot at him. And he can't dislodge him, though. Ric must be super glued. No attempt to return the blows, though. Although this defensive tactic from the contenders is extremely boring. Perhaps it's the only way to survive. Good work out for Hunter. That's about all, though. 5 points the hard way.
And next up, the man who's going to try and knock Hunter off the platform. And if anyone can, Sam can! Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready!
So Sam giving away 7 inches and 6 stone. And let's hope we've got a better fight on our hands this time. Sam trying to prod Hunter's head off. Hunter returning the favour. And no blows at all. This is it, just fencing with each other. One there from Hunter. I think Sam making more of a fight of it. Hunter, a gladiator whose all-round improvement has been outstanding this year, will be disappointed with his efforts on Duel this evening.
Well, Sam, congratulations. But where do you go from here? Looks like you're struggling. Tell us a little bit about your ankle.
Well, I went over it in Gauntlet right at the end, and I took a lot of pressure from like the gladiator, but I ain't gonna stop. I want to continue.
But Sam, you did well in Hang Tough. You've now done okay in Duel. Can you face the final test, the Eliminator?
I reckon I can, John. I reckon I can. I ain't stopping now, mate. No way.
Well, that's real determination, and all your fans, as you're going to hear, are right behind you. 5 points. Well done, Sam.
Both guys pick up 5 points apiece. Ric's on 9. Sam has a tremendous lead on 22.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham. Now, the cargo net, the zip line, the travelator, these are just some of the obstacles that stand between our contenders and a place in the quarter-finals. In the women's event, Jo leads by 5 points. Each point is worth half a second. That will give Jo a 2.5-second head start.
Jo, you will go on my first whistle. Clancy, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Both girls have battled through some of the toughest events we have, games like Powerball, Gauntlet, but now all that will be forgotten as they face the toughest challenge of them all, the Gladiator Eliminator course. Clancy struggling, making hard work of those high beams. And that dead leg she sustained in Gauntlet not helping her. Jo smoothly but slowly across the hand ladder. She's got to get some speed up. Jo safely over the rolling beams. Clancy closing her down all the time. Doesn't bode well for Jo. But Jo gets to the top of the cargo net first. Come on down. Now Jo's got to move across this balance beam. Keep her cool. And now it's all about the travelator. She's pumping it up there. Yes, she's got it. Geronimo. Jo Banton, our gym instructor, through to the quarterfinals where she'll meet Eunice Huttard, our Liverpool housewife. Now will she get up there? Oh, Clancy. Yes, and she's tired. But that dead leg holds up. No wonder she's a champion in her own right.
Congratulations, Jo. Another winner on Gladiators. How does it feel?
It's feeling, I've never experienced the thing.
Well, what about all your supporters who travelled so far to support you? Well, congratulations, Jo. Another winner.
Well, Clancy, did your leg bother you? That's what I want to know.
A little, but she would have had me anyway. That was a good, fair fight.
That's great to hear. Let's hear it for Clancy! So now we move into the men's eliminator, where Sam so far is leading with 13 points, which will convert into a 6.5-second head start.
Sam, you will go on my first whistle. Ric, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
And Sam's got to concentrate on the course. He's got to forget about that ankle injury he sustained during Gauntlet. And Ric very fast. But look at Sam pump that handbike. the rolling beams. The ankle still holding up, not troubling him at all. And he looks a long way off, does our Ric. And Sam nearly at the top of the cargo net. But what's going through my mind is what happens when Sam hits that travelator. Will the ankle hold up? And Ric still on the cargo net as Sam lands. And that ankle getting worse all the time. Sam's got to think how he's going to land off this balance beam. He's got to protect it. Oh, very coy. Sam on the travelator. He doesn't even think about it. He's through to the quarterfinals, and he'll face Andy Riddick. Here comes Ric. And he powers his way up. What a great contender.
What a day you've had. Incredible. Sam, and even your old foe, the Wolfman.
What courage.
Sam, what are you going to say for yourself? What a day.
Fantastic.
I believed in myself all the way. Just tried my best to keep my attention on that cargo net. That was very hard. I wasn't sure where I was going to make it. Travelator, I just thought, forget about the pain, and let's just do it. Put my head back, thought about the technique that I was taught. I made it.
Sam, well done. Another winner of Gladiators!
He's the best. He had a good week there, but with a sore ankle, he did really well. I've just got to say, huge thanks to the crowd, huge thanks to the fans over there. I wouldn't have got half as far without them.
Well, you've shown tremendous strength on many of the events this evening. We'll be sorry to lose you, but as always, one person has to go.
Maybe next year, I'll be back.
Whoa! It's in for Ric! So tonight we've seen two more contenders earn themselves a place in the quarterfinals. The action here is never ending, so join us next week here on The Gladiators!
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Battling it out to get to Bully's prize board. 3 more pairs, divvy up the questions and darts in Bullseye. Next, here on Challenge. And tonight at 9, you've got to be harder, better, faster, stronger to go up against the chaser in the chase.